Next up, we got Patty Mahomes. All right, next up we got Patty Mahomes. Now since Patrick Mahomes really got bailed out and won the Super Bowl where he wasn't supposed to win, Jalen Hurts supposed to win. So since that happened, I'm like, you know what? I know all y'all Chiefs fans in my comment section, y'all diehard Patrick Mahomes fans. I'm like, you know what? I might as well just go back. Let's just listen to the story and watch the story of Patrick Mahomes. All right, who is Patrick Mahomes? Because I just see him coming to the league like 3, 4, 5 years ago, and he just been like doing stuff. I never really knew like who he was. You know what I'm saying? And especially, it's low key. With me, it's like a fun fact. With me, I've literally never known about none of the NFL players. Like, if you ask about like Tom Brady, I don't know who Tom Brady is. You know what I mean? I know him. Obviously, I know him as a player, but I don't know where he came from, what school. I don't know where he's from. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like NFL goats like that. Only person I really read up on, which is my favorite running back ever, is Walter Payton. It's the only person. I watched his documentary and everything, and I loved it. You know what I'm saying? So we about to see. All right, hey. Let's see what it is. Time by.
After only 4 seasons in the league and just 3 as a starter, Patrick Mahomes has already won a Super Bowl MVP, a league MVP, and led his team to 2 Super Bowl appearances. It's one of the fastest starts to a career in NFL history and has people wondering if he's the next face of the NFL. Saying that about a...
He's not the next face, bro. Chill, bro. Chill. Jalen Hurts is, bro. Chill, bro. Don't even. No.
25-year-old would typically be met with backlash, but Mahomes is far from your normal football player. So, how did we get to this point where we are already considering crowning the next king of the league this early in his career? Here's the story of Patrick Mahomes. He was born in Tyler, Texas, to Pat and Randy Mahomes.
I did hear about that. I did hear about he was a baseball player or something like that. So yeah, yep. Because y'all were telling me in that comment section. All right, so this is good. His dad was a baseball player, and I think okay. I'm just listening.
Pat was a Major League Baseball player and spent 11 years in the league as a pitcher. Having an MLB pitcher as a father, sports were a part of Patrick's life.
Young Pat. We got young Pat. Oh my God. How old y'all think he is in this picture? I'll probably say like, I don't know, like 12, maybe like 14. It's so funny seeing people younger and then see how like you can see like their facial structure, and you can see like they look a little bit different, but you could tell like, yeah, that's Pat Mahomes. You can tell. Literally, you can tell. That's funny, bro. I love seeing that even with like baby pictures. I do the same thing.
Young age. Growing up, Patrick was a 3-sport athlete, playing football, basketball, and baseball. He played all 3 sports at the varsity level for White House High School in White House, Texas. While Mahomes obviously excelled on the football field, he was also a beast on the hardwood and diamond. As just a freshman, Mahomes was a starter on the varsity basketball team. As a senior, he led his team to a 28-7 record, while averaging 19 points and 8 rebounds per game. Patrick was even better at baseball, as he was rated the number...
Sound like me. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sound like me. All right, fact. Okay, fact. Sound like me out here. No, I played football, baseball, and I ran track. I ain't played basketball, which I low-key wish I did. Like, nowadays, I wish I learned how to play basketball, because I'm low-key gonna try to, like, learn. But I really just played, football, baseball, track. So, I ain't gonna lie. See, okay. I give respect to anybody who's a multiple sport athlete. Anybody, I give automatic respect. You know what I'm saying? Because not only if you're sweet at one sport, it's like, okay, you're sweet. But if you can go out there and be an athlete in multiple sports and be sweet at multiple sports, you're a GOAT. Just like me. You know what I'm saying? So, respect.
35 overall prospect in Texas by perfect game. In a game his senior year, Mahomes threw a no-hitter with 16 strikeouts because there's nothing he can't do as an athlete. He would have been a top prospect for the 2014 MLB draft, but teams didn't think he would forgo playing in college. Still, Mahomes was taken by the Detroit Tigers in the 37th round, but he never signed a contract with the team. Shifting gears to the reason this video is being made, Patrick had quite the high school football career. As a senior, he threw for 4,619 yards and 50 touchdowns, while also rushing for 948 yards and 15 touchdowns. Even with these
Wow.
gaudy numbers, he was only rated a 3-star recruit by Rivals, ESPN, and 24/7
Bro, they literally be doing that 3-sport shit. I mean that 3-star shit, bro. That's just be just straight, just because of like how much clout you got, bro. I swear it is, bro. If you're like, say like you're like to do 5,000 yards, bro. That should easily like a 4-star, bro. Easily. I wouldn't say a 5-star, because a 5-star you gotta be like literally like you need to be in the NFL like tomorrow. If you basically a 5-star. You know what I'm saying? Especially since I don't think he was that tall in high school. I don't know. I couldn't really tell, but it don't like he that tall too. So they go about your height and how much clout you got. If you got a lot of clout, if you got like let's be honest, if you got an Alabama offer in high school, you're damn near a 4-star, 5-star, easily. You know what I'm saying? If you got all the D1 colleges, you're easily 4-star, 5-star, easily. So if you ain't got that, if you just got normal schools, you know what I'm saying, maybe some MAC division, maybe like Michigan State, then you gonna be probably like a 3-star. You know what I'm saying? I swear it's just off of clout, bro. Because some people need to be more like higher than what it is.
sports. As a result of his dominance in 3 sports, Mahomes was named the Max Prep's National Male Athlete of the Year for 2013-2014.
Wow.
He committed to Texas Tech University to play football and baseball for the Red Raiders. Patrick entered his freshman football season in Lubbock as a backup for Davis Webb, who ended up being drafted by the New York Giants in the 3rd round of the 2017 draft. After an injury to Webb during the latter half of the season, Mahomes started his first collegiate game against Texas. Against the Longhorns, he threw for just 109 yards and 0 touchdowns in a loss, but Mahomes remained the starter for the next 3 games. In those contests, people saw the Patrick Mahomes we are now so accustomed to watching, as he threw for 1,319 yards and 14 touchdowns, including 598 yards and 6 touchdowns in the season finale against 5th-ranked Baylor. In that game against the top-ranked Bears, Mahomes set a Big 12 freshman record for most passing yards in a game and tied another for most passing touchdowns in a game. It was a performance that had Texas Tech fans somehow excited after a 4-8 season. His sophomore year, Mahomes picked up where he left off the previous season as he threw for 425 yards and 4 touchdowns in Texas Tech's 2015 season opener. It was the first of 10 300-yard passing performances for Patrick that year. He finished with 4,653 passing yards and 36 passing touchdowns, while adding in 456 rushing yards and 10 rushing touchdowns. Mahomes led the nation in total offense per game at 393 yards and was 4th in passing yards. Patrick also became
This is why I tell people, bro, just because you're the backup quarterback or anything, backup string, bro, don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Always stay prepared. Because you never know when that person get hurt or anything. Now, look, starter got hurt. He came in. Now they're like, hold on. We thought you was supposed to be a backup, but I ain't gonna lie. Y'all like, hold on. You need to be a starter. You know what I'm saying? Especially you get out there and you do what you're supposed to do and you don't be nervous and shit like that. You know what I'm saying, bro?
One of just 5 quarterbacks in FBS history to pass for 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns, and also rush for at least 450 yards and 10 touchdowns. Prior to starting his junior football season, Mahomes announced that he was leaving the baseball program to solely focus on football. While he only appeared in 3 total baseball games in college, Patrick acknowledged how growing up playing the sport directly impacted his football skills. He said, "I think a lot of my improvisation is from baseball and how I could sling the ball across the diamond. I played shortstop my whole life. I never had my feet under me. I was always making throws across my body." While that quote is from 2016, it explains numerous throws we have seen Mahomes make at the NFL level that leave everyone just shaking their head at the absurdity of the play. With baseball in his rearview mirror, expectations were sky high.
And another thing about Patrick Mahomes is like, bro is like bigger, like bro is like you would think like he could be low key like a running back, like a tall running back. You know what I'm saying? He don't even look like because usually quarterbacks would be like kind of skinnier. They be like skinny and tall. You know what I mean? That's how they be. But he's like bigger. You feel me? I feel like it's a lot of quarterbacks nowadays. Like they're more like bigger, like so they can, even if if he decided to run the ball and he can go head up with like a safety and not be hurt after. You know what I'm saying? Usually back in the day, you know, a quarterback if somebody even breathe on the back of his neck, he don't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's good nowadays that quarterbacks is like more versatile. Like they not just one specific body type. They just skinny and you know what I mean. Like, so that's crazy how he literally that athletic while being big. You know what I'm saying? That's why you never judge a book by its cover for sure.
Patrick's junior campaign. As he constantly does, Mahomes rose to the occasion and met them. He finished the season leading the country in yards per game with 421, total passing yards with 5,052, total offense with 5,312 yards, and total touchdowns with 53. That year, Mahomes took part in one of the craziest college football games of all time in terms of the box score. In a 66-59 shootout between Texas Tech and Oklahoma, Mahomes completed 52 of 88 passes for 734 yards and 5 touchdowns, and rushed for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. His 819 total yards of offense set an FBS record for most all time, and he tied the record for single-game passing yards with 734. Those numbers are supposed to be reserved for the NCAA football video game, with the sliders turned down, not real life against the 16th ranked team in the country. Typically, 819 yards from one player brings home the dub, but unfortunately for Mahomes and the Red Raiders, they were playing against a guy by the name of Baker Mayfield, who threw for 545 yards and 7
Hey, where's Baker Mayfield now? I ain't heard about him since like 1984.
touchdowns on only 36 attempts that evening, as the Sooners escaped Lubbock with the victory. Following his stellar season, Mahomes decided to forego his senior year and declare for the NFL draft. Despite being the starter for less than 2.5 seasons, Patrick finished third in school history in passing yards with 11,252 and passing touchdowns with 93. As we all know, Mahomes was drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs with the 10th overall pick in the 2017 draft. While people typically like messing with or torturing Chicago Bears fans by reminding them that they took a different quarterback with the 2nd overall pick, there is actually another team who originally owned the pick used on Mahomes. The Chiefs traded the 27th overall pick, the 2017 third-round pick, and their 2018 first-round pick to the Buffalo Bills in exchange for the 10th overall pick. Maybe the Bills get off easier in this.
Dang, imagine Patrick Mahomes was on the Bills and Josh Allen was on the Chiefs.
Conversation, because it appears they found their franchise quarterback in Josh Allen. While the Bears still have no answer at the position.
I think Josh Allen really a Patrick Mahomes wannabe, honestly. He's like an off-brand version, to be honest.
Riding the Mitch Trubisky roller coaster. Either way, Kansas City saw something in Mahomes that other teams failed to see. And to say things worked out well for the Chiefs is an understatement. Even though he was a top draft pick, Mahomes was originally brought in to back up Alex Smith. Patrick's NFL debut didn't come until Week 17 of the 2017 season, when the Chiefs rested Smith for the upcoming playoffs. Starting against the Broncos, Mahomes led his squad to a 27-24 victory as he threw for 284 yards and 1 interception with 0 touchdowns. After the Broncos tied the game with just under 3 minutes to play in the game, Patrick drove his team down the field and set up the game-winning 30-yard field goal as time expired. He showed extreme poise in the moment for a rookie making his first career start on the road. It was a preview of things to come for him and KC. Right before that year's Super Bowl, the Chiefs traded Alex Smith to Washington. It was a surprising move that demonstrated how much confidence the organization had in Mahomes as they shipped away their team leader, who was coming off back-to-back Pro Bowls. During the 2018 season, everybody saw exactly why Kansas City was all in on Mahomes. Patrick set the league on fire as he threw for 5,097 yards and 50 touchdowns. He led the league in passing touchdowns by 11 and was second in passing yards behind Big Ben, who threw only 32 more yards. In just his first full year as a starter and his second one in the NFL, Mahomes won the league's MVP award, made the Pro Bowl, was named first-team All-Pro, and won the 2019 ESPY Award for Best NFL Player. It wasn't just individual success for Patrick that year, as his team made the AFC title game for the first time since 1993, before falling to the eventual Super Bowl-winning New England Patriots in a 37-31 overtime thriller. His numbers were down some in 2019, but that was the result of him missing 2 games due to injury. Mahomes finished the regular season with 4,031 yards and 26 touchdowns. Most impressively, he only threw 5 interceptions. The 2019 postseason showed the Chiefs are never out of a game when they have Mahomes under center. In a divisional round matchup with the Texans, Kansas City trailed 24-0 in the second quarter, before scoring 41 unanswered points and winning 51-31 as Patrick threw for 320.
That's one of the things that Chiefs got. They be having these crazy comebacks and stuff like that, bro. It'd be crazy. It's just crazy how momentum can literally change the game, literally. It's funny because I'm like, the Texans, huh? Texans ain't been good since 1986. Deshaun Watson, what year was this?
1 yards and 5 touchdowns. In the conference championship game, the Chiefs fell behind early again as they were down 17-7 in the second quarter against the Titans. Mahomes finished the game with 294 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 53 rushing yards, and 1 rushing touchdown, as Kansas City won 35-24 and clinched their first Super Bowl appearance since 1970. They trailed by double digits in their first 2 playoff games. So why would the Super Bowl be any different for the Chiefs? Against the 49ers, the task was a bit taller as San Fran led 20-10 with under 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Somehow, Mahomes turned that deficit on the game's biggest stage into a double-digit win as the Chiefs won 31-20 and Patrick was named Super Bowl MVP. He was the youngest quarterback and 3rd youngest player in NFL history to win the award. After the 2019 season, Kansas City knew they never wanted to see Mahomes in another team's uniform, so they gave him an unheard-of contract in the sport. In July of 2020, Mahomes signed a 10-year extension worth $477 million, with another $26 million in potential bonuses for a total of $503 million. It was the type of contract reserved for MLB stars, not football players who could get hurt and replaced at any moment. Not that he needed to prove his worth. Mahomes went out in 2020 and showed he was worth every penny of that mega deal. He led his Chiefs to a 14-1 start, throwing for 4,740 yards and 38 touchdowns with only 6 interceptions, before resting in Week 17 to get ready for another postseason run. The script was flipped from the 2019 postseason to begin the 2020 playoffs, as the Chiefs were the ones trying to hold on to a lead this time around against the Browns in the divisional round. After Mahomes was knocked out of the game in the third quarter with a concussion, Kansas City escaped with a 22-17 victory. Already having beaten one potential team of destiny, the Chiefs faced another one in the Bills in the AFC title game. Luckily for KC, Mahomes was healthy and reminded everyone how dominant the Chiefs can be as they coasted to a 38-24 win following falling behind 9-0 in the first quarter. Mahomes threw for 325 yards and 3 touchdowns like it was nothing. Next up for him and his team was Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the current GOAT versus the potential future GOAT. In what was supposed to be the coronation of the league's next king, Tom Brady and the Bucs forced everyone to pump the brakes. Tampa Bay's defense took advantage of Kansas City's injury-depleted offensive line and pressured Mahomes a Super Bowl record 29 times. Patrick struggled to get into a rhythm as his Chiefs fell behind 21-6 at the half. Nobody counted him and KC out yet, though, as they were known for turning it on in necessary moments. Except they couldn't this time. The Bucs won 31-9 as they held Mahomes to 270 yards and 0 touchdowns, picking him off twice. Brady was named.
Yo, that's a penalty like a motherfucker at it. Yo, they killing that man.
And 0.
Yo, his mouth is wide. I'll be like, bro, where's the flag at? These niggas is literally breaking me in half right now.
Touchdowns, picking him off twice. Brady was named Super Bowl MVP, reminding everyone that this is still his league and nobody's knocking him off his throne yet. This game also showed people that Mahomes was in fact human and not some unstoppable superhero, even though he was out there making throws like this. With how Mahomes' career has started, this will not be the last time we see him and the Chiefs in the big game, as Patrick is far from finished writing his story.
Hey!